I remember when I showed the first video, the first take unedited to my wife, she was in tears. Just blown away by like what we were watching. Everything from the music to the footage to the way it's filmed, just everything. And so I hope Shaun likes me because he's stuck with me, unless he refuses to take my projects on moving forward. It's just beautiful. It's just beautiful. Thinking about this for quite a while, here was my question. And who told them to do this? This was an indigenous and isolated tribe of people living on a tropical island in the middle of the South Pacific. My name is Billy Rodgers, and I'm with You Have Purpose. So I have a startup technology company, and I've been in that space for years and years, and I have creatives and video editors and people that work for me. And when I had this vision originally, I envisioned something like a Netflix docuseries.
Come, all worry will be left behind.
I quickly came to the conclusion that that was not a possibility. And so I started taking my vision down and down and down to something that I thought would fit within the budget and of what I could actually accomplish. Out of the blue, I got contacted and just got connected with Shaun at Shot by Picto. And we ended up jumping on a Zoom. I said, man, I'm doing this passion project and would love to at least talk to you about it. And I didn't think that there was any way possible that I would ever end up getting to work with him, or what he could really even do, or what Shot by Picto could do for us. But I'm always of the mindset of, man, it can never hurt to have a conversation. So Shaun and I had a Zoom call, and I just connected with him, just liked him. And in the middle of the conversation, I could tell that he was interested to hear about what my vision was, and so that he could like start to envision it in his mind. And by the end of the call, I knew I would love to work with him, but I just didn't think it was going to be a possibility. And so, we started off the project, and I was like, okay, Shaun, here's kind of what I envision. I envision this, I envision this. Here's the kind of footage that I would like to see in it that would go with this part of the script. And as I do from running a technology company, I was I had my hand on the reins, as you would say. We go in for our day of shooting, and we would get to different scenes, and Shaun would say, I want to try this. And I'd say, man, I really don't feel comfortable. I feel more comfortable when I'm talking standing up so I can use my hands. And he would explain to me, he said, Billy, I understand that, but for this particular shot, there's a type of scene that we can do that would really, bring you across with a way of authority, but in a conversational way, almost like you were sitting down with somebody at Starbucks. I want you to trust me. And it was hard for me, but I'd say, all right, I'm going to trust you. The easy thing for Shaun at that moment would have been for him to say, okay, great, we'll do it the way you want, right? But Shaun wanted to get it right. He wanted it to be great. And we got to the end of the day of shooting, and I said, okay, Shaun, I'm going to send you over a storyboard of the footage that I want in it and all that. And I just remember him looking at me and saying, Billy, I have a feeling for what you want. I have a vision for it. I want you to just trust me. Whew. That was one of the most difficult things I could do because I was paying for this out of my own pocket. But I said, okay, I'm going to trust you. What I got back, whew, I remember when I showed the first video, the first take unedited to my wife, she was in tears. Just blown away by like what we were watching. There were 5 episodes to the project, and by the time I was watching the 3rd episode, my apologies. By the time I'm watching the 3rd episode, it hit me that what I had envisioned in my head originally, I was watching literally in front of me. And it was just this moment I'll never forget. I remember there's one of my best friends who I've been talking to about this project from the very beginning. I was telling him about it before I sent it to him, and I said, Gus, man, I'm telling you, it's almost beyond what I ever imagined. And he says, I don't even know how to take that. And after he watched it, he called me and he said, man, I get it now. He said, everything from the music to the footage to the way it's filmed, just everything. He said the quality of it is like, he said it's almost overwhelming. Those were the words he used. He said it's almost overwhelming. It's just beautiful. It's just beautiful. To the extent that there are multiple series of this project that we now have planned to do, and I've told Shaun I won't do them with anybody else, literally, because there's no way I would ever work with anybody else and come up with an end product that would compare to what I did with Shaun with this first series. And so I hope Shaun likes me because he's stuck with me, unless he refuses to take my projects on moving forward. But it's been amazing. I would say beyond that, Shaun he always says, I'm here for you, you're not here for me, right? He makes me feel comfortable, right? He makes me feel myself when we're working on it. And even though I trusted Shaun with taking certain artistic approaches or using certain B-roll shots or whatever, I always felt comfortable coming back and going, I don't like this because of this, or I really need this over here. And he was never offended by it. He wanted to understand it and was always quick to go, I understand how you're feeling, blah, blah, blah. Let me try this. Let me try this. And I felt like we collaborated so well together. And yeah, I mean, I'll just say at the end of the day, I went from feeling like I had hired somebody to film something to what I'd really done is I'd hired a producer. I feel like I owe him to some degree, so hopefully I can help him get some additional work and do some additional work with him as well as I plan to do. So I can't recommend Shaun enough.